What's the darkest thing a teacher ever did to you? My calculus teacher, Mrs. Reeves, marked every test wrong, even when my answers were right. She'd hand them back with this smug look and tell the class, some students think shortcuts equal success. I remember sitting there, staring at problems I knew I'd solved correctly, feeling this crushing weight in my chest. My classmates would whisper and glance over like I was some kind of academic fraud. The humiliation was eating me alive. The worst part? She kept accusing me of cheating. During conferences, she told my dad I was copying from online calculators and my work was suspiciously advanced for my grades. She said it with such conviction that even I started doubting myself. But I was actually good at math. My brother taught me calculus over summer after I begged him for weeks. We'd stay up until midnight working through problems, and I'd been solving advanced equations since middle school. Math was the one subject that made sense to me when everything else felt impossible. Each failed test destroyed a little more of my confidence. I'd walk home wondering if maybe I really was stupid. Maybe I was fooling myself about understanding anything. My parents started getting worried calls from the school about my academic dishonesty. I stopped raising my hand in class, stopped participating. The other kids treated me like I had some contagious failure disease. I'd sit alone at lunch, replaying every problem in my head, knowing deep down that my work was right. My mom found me crying in my room one night, surrounded by textbooks. I don't understand what's wrong with me, I sobbed. I know this stuff, but nothing I do is ever good enough. After my 5th failed test, I went home completely defeated. My dad, who's an engineer, saw me throw my backpack across the room and demanded to know what happened. When I showed him the test, his face went dark. We spent 2 hours at the kitchen table going through every single problem. His engineering calculator confirmed what I already knew. Every answer was completely correct. The next day, my dad took off work, something he never did. He marched into school with a manila folder full of documentation, his jaw set in that way that meant business. I'd never seen him so furious. He demanded to see the principal immediately. They called Mrs. Reeves down to the office, and I watched her face go pale when she saw us sitting there with all my tests spread out. The principal pulled out the official answer key. One by one, they compared my responses. Problem after problem, my work was flawless. The silence in that room was deafening, but here's where it got really sick. They discovered Mrs. Reeves had been giving perfect scores to her 3 favorite students who were getting nearly everything wrong. She'd been manually changing their incorrect answers to match the key while marking my correct ones as failures. The principal's hands were literally shaking as she examined the evidence. How long has this been going on? She asked quietly. Mrs. Reeves started crying, but not the kind of tears that make you feel sorry for someone. These were the tears of someone who knew they were caught. She'd been running this scheme for months, systematically destroying my academic record while artificially inflating theirs. She knew exactly what she was doing to my future, my college prospects, my entire sense of self-worth. When they pressed her for the truth, she finally broke down completely. 2 parents had been paying her under the table. Cash payments, gift cards, even covering her car repairs, all to ensure their precious kids maintained perfect GPAs for Ivy League applications. I sat there listening to her confession, feeling this mixture of vindication and rage I'd never experienced before. This woman had made me question my own intelligence, had destroyed months of my mental health, all for money. The district fired her immediately. I ended up with straight A's. Those shortcuts she mentioned, she was the one taking them.